Welcome to Create at Home, Craft a Creature with the Everett Public Library. The supplies you'll need for this project are an 8x10 close-up image of your pet or another animal. You'll need some colored paper scraps in the colors you'll need for your animal, such as scrapbook paper, magazines, colored newspaper, painted paper, even book pages can work. A piece of 8x10 thin white cardboard for the backing, that's what you'll be collaging onto, some white glue, scissors, a regular pencil and colored pencils, just a basic set, a black permanent marker such as a Sharpie, and a sheet of plain paper. The process briefly explained is that we will find a good image of an animal. We'll make some homemade transfer paper with pencil lead and plain paper. We'll transfer the basic outline of the animal to your cardboard backing, and then we'll collage using those outlines that we transferred as guides for the colors. This project would probably be best for middle school age and up. Finding a good image. Find a good close-up photo of your pet or other animal and print it out on your computer's printer. And the size should be around 8x10. You want it to be a nice close-up picture because this is a portrait. If you don't have a printer, you can gently trace a close-up from your computer screen. Just hold the paper up to the screen and very lightly trace the outlines of the animal. Of course, you'll need some kind of lightweight paper so that you can see through it. You can use a pencil and very lightly press down, or you could use a marker that does not go through the paper, otherwise you could ruin your computer screen. Another way is to find a close-up photo of an animal in a magazine and rip out the page, that is, if that's okay with everyone in your house. Or you could freehand draw an animal yourself. To make some transfer paper, all you need is a good soft lead regular pencil and a piece of plain paper. You'll just color firmly all over the back of the paper and lay down a really heavy coat of that graphite. Then what you'll do is you'll turn that graphite paper upside down so that it's laying on top of your white cardboard backing, and then place your photo that you've printed out or otherwise made on top of that. So you're creating a package with the cardboard, the graphite paper face down, and then the photo. Then you can tape it all together in the back, or you could clip it with some paper clips in the front, just to hold it all in place. Now it's time to transfer the image. First of all, make a mark on some part of your paper and make sure the transfer is actually working. It's possible you might have to go back and add more graphite so that it can actually make a transfer. Once you know it's working, use a colored pencil that's quite different from your picture so that you can see where you've been and where you haven't been, and draw firmly on all the shapes in the picture that you think are important to capture the animal, like the outline, the eyes, the nose, the stripes, anything you think makes it look like your animal. When you're all done with that, remove the photo and set it aside because you'll need to look at it again. You can add any details you missed and then go over the whole thing with a marker so that you can accentuate those lines. Okay, now it's time to collage. We're going to start with the background on this because animals are sometimes fluffy or they have things that stick out, and so we want to put the background in first in case we need to make tufts of fur sticking out over the background. So just brush on plenty of glue and then add your paper strips. You can tear them to size, tear them however you like, and put glue on top as well so that it's all sealed down. You can make the paper just come off the edge. You can clean that all up later, so don't worry about that part now. For collaging the animal, you'll continue on like you were. You'll just add torn pieces, varying the colors, to go with the various areas of the animal, the shadows, the highlights, the stripes. And you can refer to the original photo for the color and the details as well. Cover everything except the eyes and the nose. Making the eyes. I thought it would be easier to make the eyes away from the rest of the collage because getting it to fit the shape perfectly would be hard. So what you can do is you can use tracing paper, I use parchment paper, and lay it over the top of the collage as it is so far, and just make a drawing of the eye shape. You'll also want to make one for the nose. Then you'll lay the template on, in my case, a piece of black paper, and cut through both layers at once. So you just want to cut out that outer black shape at this point. And then make another one for the nose of the appropriate color. To finish the eyes and nose of your animal, you'll need some paper the color of the animal's eyes. Then just glue down the black shapes that we made and put in slightly smaller pieces of the color on top. Make some pupils that are the same size as each other, and then kind of take a moment to get them placed right, because if they're not in the right place, if they're not lined up properly, your animal can look a little wacky. Then add a little bit of white for the shine of the eye that makes the animal look more alive. You can just use the colored pencils to add some shading and details to the nose. To finish it up, all you need to do is trim the edges with some scissors, and you're all done. Now you have a beautiful portrait of your animal. I found some beautiful images of pet portraits done with this collage technique online just by doing a Google image search for collage animal portraits. There are some amazing artists out there making portraits of animals this way. I hope you were inspired to craft a collage creature. Thanks for watching, and thanks for creating with the Everett Public Library.